Budweiser, the king of beers. Vince Abbott will be kicking off to Ken Bell and Ricky Nattiel.
And just to keep you updated, Mark Jackson did fracture his collarbone, and that's 3 starters that are out now in that offense. Dave Studdard and Stephon Humphreys.
And the kickoff is going to go to Ken Bell. He's out to near the 20-yard line. It'll be first down for Denver at its own 20.
There's your first half stats, Merle. Chargers 8 first downs, the Broncos 12. 99 yards rushing for Broncos, and you can see the Chargers, they gained 173 yards. You look up at that board, and they only put 3 points on the board.
Well, the big story there, too, was that Denver defense was stopping them deep in Denver territory. So they were getting near the goal line, but they just couldn't put it over. Dorsett and Winder will be the running backs as we open play of the third quarter. Tony Dorsett having a terrific day for the Broncos and showing the promise that they were looking for. And here he goes again, trying to get to the outside. Tony cuts it for 5 to the 25. It'll be second down and 5.
Gil Byrd came up to make the stop from his right cornerback spot. Take a look at Darth Vader Dorsett. He says it conceals his eyes and people don't know which way he's going to go.
Well, a lot of people are trying to pick something up from those running backs or quarterbacks, tipping what the play is, the way they're looking. Second down, 5. Denver leading at 24-3. Incomplete to Nattiel. Rookie, the second-year man from Florida. Gil Byrd, number 22, who's in his 6th year out of San Jose State, had the coverage on the play, and that's Byrd.
Well, that wasn't a good pass from Elway that time. He was wide open. Nattiel.
Steve Sewell coming into the backfield, and Dorsett will come out. The fans, when they see Tony Dorsett walking off the field today, they get a little anxious. In fact, after Tony had led a drive on one drive down to the 1-yard line and came out, they were booing. They wanted to see him. Well, they were rewarded with his touchdown run a little later. Winder and Sewell. Elway, that is Winder.
What a catch.
At the 38, almost to 39. Elvis Patterson, number 34, out of the University of Kansas and Yates High School in Houston, Texas, makes the hit. Gain of 14.
3rd and 5. Sammy Winder out of the backfield. He defeated the linebacker there. Cut to the inside, was wide open. Made a nice catch of an Elway pitch.
So it's a first down at the 38. Dorsett is back. Billy Bryan up over the ball. Billy Bryan, number 64, takes every snap. He's there always.
He won't let Mike Ruther, even in at practice, take a snap. I'll tell you, he likes his job and he wants to keep it.
Sewell leads the blocking for Dorsett, who's across the 45.
Got 7.
Sammy Winder also in there on the block. Chuck Fawcett, the inside linebacker, number 53, makes the hit.
I tell you, when you're a running back, Murrow, and you can get to the line of scrimmage and there's nobody there. Look at here. Right here. Look at this hole here. See, nobody touches him till he's 4 yards downfield. And when that happens, you just got to pat your offensive line right on the butt back in that huddle. I'll tell you that. He's congratulating. I'll guarantee his guards and tackles in center. They're doing a whale of a job up front, moving them off the line of scrimmage.
Inside handoff. Dorsett trying to find something, and he does. He finds it up for a first down all the way down to the 46-yard line. Getting about 8 or so. Chuck Fawcett again making the tackle. The first-year man from Maryland, signed as a free agent.
He doesn't run like a 34-year-old running back, I'll tell you that. 12 years in the league already.
And he is now at 102 yards now, 17 carries today. A reminder to our viewers that we will be selecting the Budweiser Most Valuable Player for today's game at the conclusion of today's game. Nattiel drops it.
Should have had that one wide open. I tell you, you put him in the slot, he's going to be open. He either has a defensive back or a linebacker on him man-to-man. He's going to defeat him. And you saw him touch his hands there. He knew he should have had this football. 1, 2, 3 step ball. He throws it on rhythm. You know he's open. Right there. Easy catch most of the time.
The Broncos bring on 2 new running backs, Gerald Woolhide and Steve Sewell. They've alternated with Dorsett and Winder. And those 4 fellows have been used in and out, keeping fresh backs on the field. And here game.
Bomb.
Natil, too long. Patterson had the coverage. Natil is getting very well acquainted with Elvis Patterson.
You know, I'm trying to look up here to see which way the wind is, whether it's blowing right or left. But you can't tell with Elway's arm. He's got such a strong arm. He throws it just as good against the wind as most quarterbacks do with the wind. He steps up into the pocket, and he just lets this fly. There's a flag down, and it's going to be a late hit. Now, that wasn't a hard hit, but you've got to lay off those quarterbacks when they release the football. And it's the most vulnerable position in the whole game, Merle, is that quarterback. When he gets hit from the blind side, that's the worst hit that any player on that football field is going to get. That quarterback hit when he doesn't see the linebacker coming on a blitz. Here it is again. That's why they have to protect him. Now, see, here he goes. Now, he didn't get hit too hard, but that's too late. That was Martin Bayless, a 5-year pro from Bowling Green, and that's a no-no.
Elway, Dorsett, no hold, goes to the outside, turns the corner, out of bounds. He'll mark it on the 24.
Well, he doesn't have the quickness he had in the first quarter, I'll tell you that. But I'll tell you, I think this altitude, you can see him, can you see his shoulder pads moving up and down? I think he's breathing quite hard. He's had a tough day here. He's handled the football almost over 20 times, and that is what Dan Reeves wants. They want to get the football in this young man's hands. Young man, I don't think we can call him a young man anymore, not as far as this sport's concerned, but he's a young man to me.
But what about the three amigos, the wideouts, and John Elway? It changes their game.
No, I'll tell you what'll happen, though. They'll keep doing this, and everybody will come up front, and he'll throw a lot more touchdown passes with this guy in the backfield.
2nd and 4. He'll go upstairs this time.
Look at that. See what I mean?
Touchdown is Vince Johnson.
That's what I was talking about, Merle. You put a guy like this in the backfield, everybody starts keying on him a little bit, and he was so wide open, it's unbelievable. How about Vance, baby?
So Vance Johnson gets the touchdown. The 4-year man from Arizona getting congratulations from his teammates. A 24-yard reception. And the Denver offense is clicking on all fours.
And I think that's his first catch of the day. He caught 5 last week in the first game. No touchdown, so this is his first touchdown of the year. And Jackson, of course, who broke his collarbone in the first half. We don't know how long he's going to be out.
Rich Carlos off a Kubiak hold. And this is just easy stuff for Carlos.
And you want to see some more easy stuff? Take a look. Elway, his 2nd touchdown of the day. And look at the pass protection. Elway can stand back there and count the numbers. Beautiful pitch.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler.
Anthony Miller takes the kickoff in the end zone. Another fine return by Anthony Miller out across the 30. And he is dumped at about the 34-yard line by Kevin Guidry.
Well, we got some great new return men in the National Football League. 35-yard return now for Anthony Miller. And, of course, Tim Brown up the highway from San Diego, one of the great return men, also a rookie out of Notre Dame. And this kid, Anthony Miller, you're going to see a lot of him out of the University of Tennessee. We take another look. Look at the pass protection. Boom. Right over the middle. He's wide open. And, of course, Vance Johnson on the catch.
First down on the 34-yard line. The handoff goes to Curtis Adams. Adams gets distance out across the 40 to almost the 43. Mike Harden, number 31, the free safety, making the tackle, but a very nice pickup by Curtis Adams of about 7, almost 8.
You know, Merle, strange thing happened. We take a look at the 10-minute ticker. 30-29. What a game. Washington came back in the last quarter. Indianapolis got beat by the Bears. New Orleans over Atlanta, and Tampa Bay over Green Bay. 6-3 Jets over Cleveland. 28-21 the Raiders.
And Curtis Adams gets the call again for the first down and more on the sweep to the right. The power sweep. He's out across the midfield stripe and down into Denver territory.
Take another look at some other scores. Philadelphia now 3-point lead over the Bengals third quarter. Kansas City getting blown out up at Seattle. Kind of figured. Detroit by 3 over the Rams. Didn't figure.
And speaking of Seattle, the Seahawks came here last week to win. Denver was really angry. They felt they played terrible football. But don't take anything away from Seattle. Of course, the Seahawks had something to do with that. Denver just couldn't get the offense going. Curtis Adams again. And he keeps getting his number called because he is producing, going to the 41, and Simon Fletcher, the outside linebacker of the Broncos, 73, makes the tackle.
Well, you see that font up there, 343 yards last year. And I tell you, this kid run hard. He's out of Central Michigan. He's 207 pounds. He stands just shy of 6 foot. And I tell you, he runs with a little authority in there.
Second down, 5 coming up for the Chargers. See, this is what the Chargers have been doing most of the day, though, Paul. They're moving the ball. They can't score.
Look back. Denver's given up a lot of yards rushing. 178 in that first game, so that the guy have a weakness there.
Malone to Miller. And Miller is popped at about the 36 by Mark Haynes, number 36. We have 9:34 to go in the third quarter. What about these routes?
We got this young Anthony Miller here. Of course, it was a controlled type of just a little hook pattern out there. He needed about 5 yards for the first down, and he got it. Good pitch by Mark Malone.
They did mark the ball across the 35 barely in Denver territory at the 35.
And of course, you always have a tendency to let up a little defensively when you've got a 28-point lead.
The chase is on by Jim Ryan, who is blocked out of the play. Ryan really got cut down by David Richards, number 65, the tackle.
Now, that was intentionally grounding. There was no question about that, but there was a man in the vicinity right there, and they're going to give the quarterback the benefit of the doubt in that situation. Now, you watch, you throw this into the ground. No quarterback's got this poor an arm and this poor a definition for the play. Watch here. Almost got clipped there. Now watch. Boom. There was the man right there, so they're going to have to give it to the quarterback. There.
Throw it at their feet, right?
Just a smart play, that's all.
Second down. Denver leading 31-3.
Little tight end delay to 88. There he goes. Boom.
Oh, a nice tackle. Hardly any gain at all. Randy Robbins, 48, the strong safety, who was looking Arthur Cox right in the eye, the tight end. He stayed at home and said, hey, big guy.
Well, you know, I caught Arthur Cox saying something to the quarterback when he went back into the huddle. And usually when you get a tight end mentioning something to the quarterback, it's usually, hey, pal, give me the ball. I'm open on a little delay. They came back with the delay, but he wasn't open.
He got nothing. It is third down. Quinn Early splits wide to the left side for San Diego. Chargers 0 for 7 today. Third down conversions. Let's see if Malone can convert. 3rd and 10. No. Rulon Jones. Randy Robbins on pressure.
I don't know why. He should have thrown the football. He had Quinn Early out to the left side, and I thought he was open there. Al Saunders trying to be a little cheerleader on the left side. He's looking to the left side. Look at Mark Malone over here. Gets a good block by Lionel James. And, well, it was rushed. Rulon Jones on the sack.
They lose almost 8, and it's 4th down. And 18, and Thompson, Broderick Thompson, out of the USFL, the University of Kansas, is the injured player. Mojenko back to do the kicking. Ralph from Michigan State, born in Germany. Kevin Clark, the deep back.
These punters love to punt here in Denver. Thin air.
Fair catch called for by Clark. He didn't know where the ball is even. And San Diego tried to get that ball down at about the 1-foot line, and they might have done it. Right now, another official, I think, is signaling no, it was over. He broke the plane and did not come back in time.
David Brandon made a good play down there. David Brandon was the gentleman who knocked the ball back. I don't know if his foot or both feet were into the end zone or not. It was a 42-yard kick as Al Saunders looks on very intently on the sidelines over there.
This makes a big difference to San Diego, of course.
Yep.
Again, the Chargers showing that they can move the football. They just don't score.
We might be taking a look upstairs here at the replay on this one. We got Bill Swanson, the replay official, along with Val Pinchback, the director of broadcasting, as a communications expert. Let's see. That's David Brandon, number 58. Watch this. Now, he was up in the air. I don't know what. I couldn't see if his right foot touched that line from that vantage point or not.
Brandon filling in for Billy Ray Smith, who is out with an injury. You know, another guy that we didn't mention for San Diego that really makes a difference in their defense is Chip Banks.
Well, he hasn't signed, and of course, Coach Al Saunders was telling us, boy, we really wanted him into the fold. We'll take another look at it. From our vantage point, it looks like it was a good play. It looks like he did, from that angle, knock it back. He was in the air. It looked like a good play from there. But it has to be conclusive evidence to overrule what the referee ruled.
Randy Kirk was a man who was just outside the goal line trying to down that ball. So we wait for the replay official, Bill Swanson, who says he misses being on the field, but he really is enjoying being involved as the replay official.
That's Bill Jorgensen, the head referee down there. Swanson, what, 21 years in the league, and he's been up here in the booth on the replay for 3 years. He's had 2 Super Bowls under his belt. There you see today's officials.
And we wait. The Broncos are leading 31-3. We have 7:52 left to go in the third quarter here at Mile High Stadium.
19 years of sellouts here. Is that unbelievable? The only 2 games out of the last 135 that haven't been sold out, Merle, is the 2 replacement games last year here.
Look who won this one.
Yep. And I like that. I thought it was a good call. From our vantage point, it looked like he made a good play to me.
So Al Saunders feeling a little better about this situation, although he's way down. Dan Reeves, his team will start from the end zone, but they have moved the ball all afternoon. Now the San Diego defense will see if they can't stop John Elway and company.
Well, I'll tell you, we're halfway through the third quarter, and they better stop and do something big here.
A stop near the 5-yard line on Sammy Winder. Jurica leading the blocking. Jurica, first-year man from Illinois, and they really think that he has a great future. Big guy, 6'6", 269 pounds, number 66. One of the things that the Broncos are doing, everybody says, well, they've got a small offensive line. Well, by today's standards, it may be. They have a lot of veterans up there, and now when they're drafting offensive linemen, they are going for bigger linemen. That pass completed to Ricky Nattiel out across the 10.
Well, he's got gang tackled over on the left side, but not before he got the first down. Just a little hook pattern out there. And I tell you, when you've got a gun like Elway, it doesn't matter if the guy's covered or not. That ball's going to get there before the defensive cornerback can react.
Ball spotted near the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 for Denver. We have 6:52 to go in the third quarter. The Broncos lead San Diego 31-3. Merle Harmon and Paul Horning with you from Mile High Stadium.
I'll tell you one other thing this will do for Dorsett. It will get him in good shape. Now, this kid's in good shape, but I tell you, there's nothing like playing in a football game, playing in the game conditions to get you in good shape.
Dorsett is in the pattern, but they go deep downfield and looking for Johnson. Incomplete. Coverage by Elvis Patterson.
They always want interference. Vance Johnson's begging for it, but no way.
Vance Johnson scoring on a 24-yard reception from Elway for the last TD.
Here comes a blitz from the outside. It's picked up. You see 57. That's Keith Browner. He got a little pressure from the other side, but still was able to get the football off about 60 yards in the air, incomplete.
2nd down, just barely outside the 12.
Let's see if they go to that little hook pattern out there. It's been open all the time.
Will Knight and Sewell are the running backs now for the Broncos.
There it is.
I believe that ball was deflected. If it wasn't, it was close to it.
Yep.
Johnson was the receiver out there.
Well, Johnson turned to the outside, and I think Elway there, a little miscommunication. He wanted that hook pattern out there.
Something went
and
wrong.
He's asking for a play from Dan Reeves. They've got their signals going. Dan Reeves, of course, is on the sidelines with Gary Kubiak right there at the 35-yard line. Third down conversions, Broncos 2 out of 6.
Shotgun. Will Height and Sewell are the running backs. Good pressure by the defense. What a recovery, and after Will Height gets up and gets out to about the 14-yard line, which will make a 4th down and 10. We have an injured Bronco on the field. Elway and Will Height went freelancing to get them out of a deep hole. Ken Lanier is down on the field, the right tackle, the 8-year veteran out of Florida State for Denver.
Boy, they can ill afford to lose him. They've already lost the right tackle. I mean, the right guard, Stephon Humphreys. As we take a look at the scrambling ability of Elway, Will Height gets loose and just loses his balance here, stumbles, and gets back way short of first down yardage. So Ken Lanier, the right tackle, and of course he's going to be substituted with Gerald Perry, a rookie from Southern University. So this Denver offensive line, that could be a problem for them the next couple of weeks, Merle. They've got a lot of kids out. Dave Studdard, we've mentioned this earlier, the regular offensive left tackle, he hasn't played this year. Stephon Humphreys, the right guard, is out, and now Ken Lanier goes down.
There's your old pal Craig Morton.
That's him. And Craig is what they call an intern coach, and they have 16 coaches on this football team. Unbelievable.
We're at a timeout with 6:05 to go in the third quarter. Denver winning big. On 4th and 9, it'll be Mike Horan from about the goal line to punt for the Denver Broncos. Lionel James should get the ball around midfield. 49-yard line of his own territory. James breaking tackles is inside the 35, near the 31.
I tell you, he's exciting. That little guy can move, and he can dance, and he's tough to bring down.
Week number 2 headlines. Doug Williams pass for 30, 52, 44, 2 touchdowns in Washington's win over Pittsburgh. Wild game that was. Tampa Bay ends a 9-game losing streak.
On Donald Igwebeki. How about that one? Did I do that
sir.
one?
You're
All
done.
right.
Good. 30 yards, 52 yards, 44 yards. Doug Williams in gear. Curtis Adams over the middle to the 28. Greg Cragen, the nose tackle, makes the stop.
Montana to Jerry Rice. That's his first touchdown of the year. 78 yards. How about this to beat the Giants 20-17? Well, he was a decoy last week, but not this week. Jerry Rice.
Second down. About 7. Mark Malone is quarterback. San Diego sets early in the second quarter. Curtis Adams. Adams has been a horse. He's down inside the 30 to the 25.
And I tell you one thing that Denver's going to have to worry about in the race to repeat in the AFC West is it looks as if you can run the football against the Denver defense. I tell you, even San Diego's having success with it. They're going to get over 100 yards rushing easily against this Denver defense. So they've got to bone up a little bit inside.
Some are saying that's a carryover from the Super Bowl.
Well, 280 yards they gave up against Washington. Came back last week, gave up 176. I would say it's a weak spot.
Third down. James. Blocker in front. Plays off the block. Gets stopped short of the first down at the 25-yard line by Tyrone Braxton, number 34, and Jim Ryan, number 50.
But Andre Townsend didn't make the tackle, but he was on the pursuit that caused the mix-up into play. Here comes some 4 o'clock scores. The Jets over Cleveland still 6-3. 28-24, Raiders by 4, and Minnesota easily over New England third quarter.
Fourth down coming up.
Philadelphia by 3. Seattle easy winner looks like, and the Rams now 7-point lead over Detroit.
Fourth down. Mark Malone's call. 3 yards to go. Lays it up there. It is incomplete. Knocked down to the end zone. Miller, the intended receiver.
Great
Castile the coverage.
Jeremiah Castile on the coverage again. Super coverage on the Bronco defense by the cornerbacks. Jeremiah Castile and Mark Haynes on the outside.
3:30 to go in the third. 31-3 Denver.
We're not a company, but no.
The Denver Broncos again stopped the San Diego Chargers, and we've talked about the vulnerability of the Denver defense, but still they have not permitted San Diego to get into the end zone.
Absolutely. They've come up with the big play when they needed it. Of course, they force them upstairs all the time.
Dorsett with 108 yards.
Got a few
Gets
more.
about 2 more. Gil Bird, the right cornerback, number 22, and